Yeah, normally when a player finishes in internationals, you like to give him off till the start of January, but he had a decent break between his last game for Cass and his first international game. I think it was a bit over 4 weeks, about 4 weeks. So he's going to come in and do, when we do some ball skills on Tuesdays and Friday, and he's obviously he'd like to do a couple of strength sessions too. We're going to be pretty light on his feet and just give him a little bit of downtime with that. But I think it's important he gets in with the ball, and he wants to do that. And also, obviously, he's very pivotal to what we're trying to achieve. And we don't have a big depth, so I mean, when we're without players, it obviously impacts on us moving forward. So, no, it's good to have him back in. And he's, even when he was in camp, he was dropping in to just have lunch with the guys and see how they're going. So, obviously, he's very comfortable here and likes being around the guys.
Now, I've seen fans speaking about the possibility of Rangi burning out because of the extra rugby that's played. What would you say to fans on that?
Oh, no, you normally want to give a player about 6 weeks off. He already had his 4. I think he'd be buzzing after playing for England. You only got to watch that game the other day and be at the ground. The atmosphere was unbelievable. He won't be doing any big running at all. He won't be doing any of the running sessions. He won't be doing any of the agility sessions, anything like that. He'll just be doing ball work. And the ball work at the moment is more, it's starting to learn the way we want to play the game. So he wants to be part of that too. And he's very conscious that he wants to hit the ground running. And we also get there's a window over Christmas where he's got off too, so he won't be playing in the Boxing Day game, and he's got a window there. So it's more just ball skills and that, and players like to be involved with that because they want to be informed. But for the running on the legs, no, that won't be an issue at all.
Now, you saw the Four Nations at close quarters. You were working for BBC for the most of it. What did you make of England's performances throughout?
Yeah, I thought they built their way into it. They do have a great habit of getting a draw where they have a warm up and they normally play one of the weaker nations, and then they play obviously then into New Zealand, Australia when they've got a bit of rhythm, and obviously they got that against New Zealand. I just thought there was people got to understand that Cameron Smith and Darren Lockyer and Jonathan Thurston and Billy Slater, who's at the back, and Darius Boyd's from Queensland and plays in the Origin team on the wing when Slater is not fit. It's probably once in a lifetime you get some special players, and in our lifetime, Cameron Smith, Jonathan Thurston, Billy Slater, and you look at obviously Darren Lockyer. They're obviously at the top of the tree in their, and as much as England don't look as fluent in attack, these guys have played state of origin. They know the ins and outs, the demands of it. They've been put under pressure. They know what's needed to hold their composure and get a result. So that's what England were up against. Forwards, they match each other. I thought the back three from England in that last test against Australia weren't nowhere near as dominant as they were against New Zealand. I thought Sam Tompkins was fairly quiet. They did a good job where they kicked to him and what way they identified him. But also, if you look at probably England's attack, it never probably reached the heights, except for the New Zealand game, of getting fluency and everyone knowing their roles and their movement sometimes a little bit too sideways. But that's what happens when with representative football sometimes, where Australia is just so settled in that area. And I think if you look at it, probably Jonathan Thurston and Darren Lockyer play for England, I think, they go pretty close. And that's how great those players are. So, I thought there's some really good stuff there. Obviously, it's probably going to be herald the new arrival of a lot of players because where there's no test for 2 years, it'd be interesting to know what the test team's going to be in 2 years' time. But I thought the experience was great for Rangi. I thought being in that high pressure environment, playing against players like Thurston and Lockyer, we had a chat about today. Some of the things that they do very well, and the more we can get players in representative football, the better for us, because they learn, they become more confident, but they also, they bring back a little bit more to us as a team and the way their presence on a field. So I just think, I'd like to see England come up with some representative games at the end of next year. Even if it's just 2 tests or 3 tests away, and maybe mainly guys who are a view to be in the World Cup in the coming years, in 2 years. I think England needs that experience, even though they're going to have the exile games. I think they need that to keep moving up, because New Zealand are just going for a little bit of a transformation stage. Australia won't. Lockyer will drop out and Cronk will go into half and Thurston will go to 6. So, but I think they need to keep playing to keep improving.